Well, the income tax filing season has begun, and important tax documents should be arriving in your mailbox.
Even though your return is not due until April, you can make tax time easier on yourself with an early start. Joining us now is Dale Mingleton from the Denver Boulder Better Business Bureau with some tax tips. Thank you for joining us.
It's good to be here. Thank you.
Now, according to the IRS, over half of all Americans have some kind of help with their tax preparation, and you all receive across the nation complaints every year. So talk about what some of those are.
We do. Actually, it's closer to 80% either get help or using some type of an electronic form to do it. So we're not using pencil and paper anymore.
Right.
You know, the biggest complaint is that the taxes are filed, someone does it for them, and then that organization is gone if something goes wrong. Or there are errors and there's no one that can help them get through it, and then they have large fees and fines that they're stuck with because their name is assigned on the bottom of it.
Give us an example of some of the things that we've been hearing about as far as tax scams and things.
Well, the first one that we talk about, there's a phishing scam where it looks like H&R Block is trying to connect with you, and they have an Emerald card that you get your tax refund on. They say that something's wrong with it. They text you and they say, just give us your card number and we'll get it fixed for you. Obviously, if you have a refund, that money is gone. There's another organization called, and I had to look this up and make sure I got it right, Mo Money Taxes, and it's MO.
Okay.
They have offices that have been closed. The IRS has seized their computers, and we've got people not getting their tax returns and just losing money. And you know, that puts them in a world of hurt.
Oh, it's frightening. Well, you're the man, so give us, you're the man every week with some great information. Tell us what we need to do to avoid some of these scams. What do we need to be aware of?
Well, there's a bunch, and I made my list, so I want to make sure I get it. First, ask around.
Okay.
And you want to talk to folks that have similar taxes that you have. Because, you know, a very simple return versus a rental return versus a small business return is different. So you want to talk to your friends. You want to look on the Better Business Bureau, our business review. Make sure that these are legitimate businesses that are going to be there tomorrow.
Okay.
I think the next thing is don't fall for those big promises. A lot of these fly-by-night organizations are going to give you, we can triple your tax return, we can quadruple, we can get it to you 10 times faster. Well, as we all know, there is a process, and so if you do get it faster, you may be taking out a loan and then paying interest on it. So you want to be very careful and understand how that works. Look for credentials. You want to make sure that the person that you hire can be with you all the way down the road. So you don't want someone who just fills out your form but can't appear with you in front of the IRS, because if you do get called, you want somebody who knows your information. Read the contracts very carefully. A lot of things will say your refund is going to, the amount you get is based on a percentage. Well, it shouldn't be that. There should be a flat fee that you know what to expect. Think about accessibility. So if something happens, you want to make sure that that business doesn't close up shop and it's gone, and then can't help you if something goes wrong. So there's a lot of things to think about.
Okay. Talk a little bit more about emails. Emails seem to be the biggest way to scam people these days. And so somebody might get an email that looks like it's directly from the IRS, or what are some things we should be a little bit leery of?
Well, on any of them, whether it's the IRS or anyone that's contacting you, should first know who it's coming from. If it's someone that you don't trust or know, erase it and delete it. The other thing is if someone wants you to click on a link or send information back that just doesn't make a lot of sense, don't do it. You can also hover over that link, and when you hover it, it'll show you what URL you're going to. You want to make sure that it's the URL that you're expecting to go to. So you jump on it, it looks like it's an IRS, yet you're going to buymoresurveys.com. So you really want to look at that. And again, if you're leery about the email that's coming in, pick up the phone and call someone. Call the IRS and verify that they are really trying to make contact with you. Because normally they either contact you via mail, they may call you, but normally it's as we call it, the snail mail. That's normally the way they contact, unless you've given them permission to contact you a different way.
What are we missing here, Dale? You know, tax time is quite intimidating for a lot of people, but when it comes to getting money back, we want it quick. You know, there's this kind of balance that we have to play here.
The scary part is that, again, like I said earlier, the ones that get it back to you very quickly, or they say that they give you the refund the day that you're paying interest on this, you're paying fees on it. So if you need the money, that may be the only option you have. But understand that normally with the electronic world now, the IRS is really moving them fairly quickly, those refunds. And they're 3 weeks out, so it's not that bad. So it's really understanding. The other part is if somebody has you fill out a contract, understand your fees. We get a lot of complaints about, well, they started at, it was going to be $250. By the time we got done, it was $2,450 because it just kept escalating, and you didn't understand your contract. And you need to understand what kind of taxes you have. If it's a very complicated, you're going to pay more. If it's a very simple tax return, it's going to be very low cost, and probably anyone can do it for you.
Sure.
Understand the difference between certified tax preparers, accountants, lawyers, that's what they're trained in, versus folks that can fill out a form.
Okay.
Those are two different things.
You're saying 80% of Americans enlist the help,
yeah.
and the other 20% do it on their own. So
They're
that might
using
be
the
another
pencil and
option.
pen.
Absolutely. So might not be a bad idea. Well, the Denver BBB has all kinds of great, useful resources on their website. You can check it out easily at denver.bbb.org. And thanks to Dale for that.